The videos themselves are
These are the craziest saves in football history.
clickbait pish. We're not actually going to be dealing with this guy's content because it's very, very reality television-esque. But the one thing I actually quite like about this channel, having gotten used to it, is the rather preposterous thumbnails. So today we're just going to have a bit of fun looking at his thumbnails because they're inspirational in a sense. Starting with Ronaldo's apparent funeral, Al-Nassr with his Al-Nassr themed coffin. Where instead of having a private family funeral, the Ronaldos have decided it would be a great idea to have it on the pitch.
Oh dear God. Yeah, an Al-Nassr themed coffin is an interesting choice. It's an interesting choice that Ronaldo chose to have. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of, there's a lot standing out to me on this page, really. Times Lionel Messi
shocked the world. Him signing for the Lakers, considering he's about 5'8".
Yeah, that would be an absolute shock for more than one reason. Yeah.
Every thumbnail is extraordinarily ridiculous, and also to some of them I don't know how he's getting away with them, to be honest with you, on YouTube. For example, 20 things you don't know about Ronaldo here, 13 inches. How is he getting away with this? I have to say, I mean, I applaud the pure ridiculousness of it, or this.
Yeah.
Gay question.
I mean, I can't say that I remember Ronaldo and Messi
kissing,
just kind of getting with each other on the middle of a pitch, no less. Not in the privacy. You know, I think some scandal comes out and Messi and Ronaldo actually been sleeping with each other this entire time. It was actually on the pitch. Remarkable, really. And you can see here that it was when he was in Saudi Arabia, which I'm not sure that would particularly go down well.
I don't think being gay would go down well in the Saudis, if I'm being honest.
So,
God. I don't think Benzema's been in space. I could be wrong, but I don't remember Benzema going to space.
He's quite a convincing astronaut. Like, it's
well, it's well photoshopped. I'll give him that. And then what? I don't understand what's supposed. Is that supposed to be a golden space shuttle?
Yeah, something like that with a Real Madrid badge kind of just plastered on it. Yeah.
Do you know these guys really love their clubs? I really respect. Benzema's got a giant golden sex toy that goes in space. Ronaldo's got his Al-Nassr themed coffin. These guys love their clubs.
Yeah. Now
Ronaldo also owns a football entirely made of diamonds with, again, Manchester United.
Yeah.
Not Al-Nassr. This is he's probably got one made of Al-Nassr now. Benzema's probably got one.
He probably actually does.
He might actually. That's true. But I also don't remember, of all the things I don't remember Messi being arrested on the pitch.
No, I can't say I recall that one.
Or the electronic football either.
Yeah.
Or Messi. What? I don't even understand this thumbnail. This one. Are we trying to say that Messi got his name because a ship with the number 10 on it sank?
Yeah. I'm kind of lost for words with it. It looks like there's like bombs hitting it.
Are these jets?
And Messi, is he meant to be the pilot of one of these planes that's dropping bombs? Or is he just kind of an onlooker?
A bystander.
Yeah, he's just a bystander and he's crying. And I think it had such an emotional significance to him that he saw number 10 sinking and thought, that is for me.
It's nothing to do with it being an extremely traditional number.
Yeah, for a position that he plays.
Yeah. It's not that almost all the Argentinian legends wore 10. Like, not all the legends, but you know what I mean. The legends of his type. Not that his favorite player growing up wore 10. None of these things. It's that there was a ship with these. Oh God.
Now, I do like, if you'll just highlight this one here. I like this one because I'm as big a fan as Messi as most people, and I have to say, I don't recall him scoring an overhead kick from in his own half. Now, it's he's done a lot of things in his footballing career.
A lot of great goals.
But scoring an overhead kick from his own half
isn't one of them.
If that was true, then Ronaldo's overhead kick against Juventus you wouldn't even really have heard of it, because why would you care? Because that was only 10 meters out. Like, who cares?
I also like that if you look very closely, right, the player that red circle is pointing to is clearly standing. If you look really closely at it, the player's standing. We're just pointing to a standing player and claiming that it's Messi doing an overhead kick. All very impressive stuff.
So,
and then obviously there's also Ronaldo choking Messi on the pitch, which I don't remember either. Ronaldo seems to have crashed his car on the pitch.
Stakes that cost football players millions. Yeah, there's a car which has been
That's a
crashed
Bugatti,
into.
I
What?
think.
What's it been crashed into? A wall?
I'm not sure.
Is
It
that
looks,
just a
it looks
wall on the
extremely
pitch?
pixelated. But there is a white line down at the bottom there, which I think is supposed to, and there's also grass. So
I mean, yeah, most of these thumbnails take place on a pitch. Not all of them, but it looks like he's crashed that onto a pitch and then... or someone has, and he's quite rightly quite angry about it.
well, if he's not in the car, then someone's crashed his $7 million car on the pitch, which is, you have to really wonder why, or even how, for that matter. How in a modern football stadium did you get your car to the pitch?
Yeah, it's
on match day as well, because he's in his kit, so it's on match day.
Yeah,
they really have some lax rules, the Saudis, about the security around the stadiums. Apparently.
we'll keep going.
Anyway, so there's the next row.
So we've got.
Oh yeah, it's a classic.
yes.
I remember this one. Yeah.
I actually, to be fair to him, I recall this one. LeBron James. I think it might have been in El Clasico where Victor Valdez was out injured.
Oh yeah.
And LeBron James. I mean, it's a smashing stop. You can. It's and yeah, it's it was a great save, and it was. I mean, 10 crazy saves in football history. Yeah, you can't really argue with LeBron James in his Lakers kit as well. He didn't even bother to get changed into the goalkeeper kit. No gloves, just kind of went on the pitch, and yeah, pretty special. Now, I'm kind of seeing the Messi with the dual one, and that's kind of interesting. But I'm drawn to the shark.
I'm also drawn to the shark. I must admit, I didn't know Ronaldo was in real life Jaws. I have to say, I'm also impressed that we got footage of the event. Clearly, because if it's in the thumbnails in the video, right?
It must be.
So we must have footage of Ronaldo nearly being killed by a shark. Is there a Ronaldo story of the shark?
I'm not recalling one.
I can't recall one either. I'm nearly tempted to look it up. If it wasn't for that, I'm pretty sure it didn't happen.
I wouldn't bother. I really wouldn't bother, to be
What
honest.
about Neymar being jailed?
I mean, that one's slightly more realistic. I still don't think it's happened, but it's slightly maybe more
Is it a
believable.
crime to love your sister?
You tell me. I am now. Yeah, I can't really see Neymar being arrested. I mean, it may happen, but it's slightly more believable than Ronaldo
Do you know what?
drowning with a shark.
It is. Do you know what it's probably referring to? It's probably the whole legal thing around the Barcelona move.
I mean, it could be, or it could just be a complete crock of shit.
Could be. Next row of wonderful things. We've got $1 million boots for Neymar. Doesn't seem very likely.
Yeah.
LeBron James. I think Ronaldo in his prime would have humiliated LeBron
And
James in football.
he broke his ankle. That was. Yeah.
Do you know? I can't think his NBA team would have been very happy with him going to play a football team and breaking his ankle.
I've noticed that he's put LeBron James a few times in his thumbnails. He likes the kind of Lakers. It's an interesting one, but 7.8 million people believe that it might have been true. So you can't really argue with his numbers. So yeah,
I can argue that people clicking on these have some sort of mental problem, but I'd like to believe. Well, we know. So the one video I've actually seen is this one, and because we watched it.
I don't remember seeing that one. No.
That's the only one I remember. I tried to watch this one and saw about.
Oh no, shit! No, I did. I vaguely remember it. Yeah.
Because the thing I remember about it was the entire comment section is saying, "Oh, I remember LeBron James that time he came to the pitch. That was crazy." So I think a lot of the people who click on these click on them to say, "Oh, that to basically compliment the unbelievable form of clickbait."
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's
so clickbaity that
it's funny. It comes around to being funny.
He's almost like there's no trying to hide that it's not, to the point where people just kind of accept it and kind of roll with it, and it works because I mean, look at the views in his videos.
How much does a life cost? 10 items Ronaldo owns that cost more than my life. Has this guy contacted a hitman to ask how much it would cost to kill me? I'm just saying, what's the price of a human life nowadays? What does it go for on the black market? You know these kind of things.
It really depends. But I mean, a 2 million, that probably does cost more than my life. To be fair, I don't think I'm worth that.
There's more in my bank account. I can say that much for free. Not perhaps with viewing figures like these, Kickflix will soon be on his way to having $2 million, and he can buy a stupid crystal ball as well. Let's see. We've now
Another
got
Lakers reference here.
Ronaldo's also signed for the Lakers.
So, 10 things I didn't know about Ronaldo. He signed for the Lakers. Messi and Ronaldo on the Lakers is quite astonishing.
What the hell happened to Neymar?
Embarrassing. What is that? Is
Oh,
that
I see. He's torn his shorts and he's wearing ladies' underwear.
Right.
Playing for Brazil. I remember that as well.
Yeah.
He's also seemingly simultaneously broken his neck. I mean, that angle, he's dead.
Yeah.
He has died on the pitch. And also shown women's panties.
A bit like Ronaldo for this.
Yes.
Insane stories football players don't talk about. 24 hours or else. Now, I've got to say this is one of my favorites. It's a different theme because it's not the green grass and stuff. But, I mean, what was he being extorted for? 24 hours is not much time.
Well, if you've tied him up.
Yeah, so how does he have 24 hours if he's stuck?
I guess it's his family of 24 hours to pay a ransom.
Well, I guess so, yeah. They must have paid it.
I at least can respect the fact that whoever made the film has charged their phone. I'm so used to seeing phones with red charge now. And then obviously this car, which, I mean, it's funny how often cars seem to come into it. We've already had, 3 car videos? We've got a car video, cars that cost, mistakes that cost football players millions, cars that ruin players' career, and craziest cars of football players. How else are we going to get cars? In the next row, how are cars going to appear again? That's your question.
Kind of flying off like the Golden Gate Bridge or something. Like, I'm not quite sure. With people inside, of course.
Yeah, of course. 10 times football players, got arrested or something. Well, actually, to be fair, I'm not even sure you could find 10 players.
10 accidents that cost football players their careers, and it's Mbappe driving off a cliff. Oh my god. Now this is the highlight reel. Now this. Secret tattoo meanings of footballers. Now, I haven't seen Messi with a face tattoo. And I have absolutely no idea what the significance of doing that sign with his fingers is.
But why is his lizard tongue? What's happened to his tongue?
His tongue is quite long, a bit longer than I've seen.
I'm pretty sure I've seen Messi running that celebrating a goal, and it didn't extend below his chin.
No. And that's just a real interesting one.
A satanic cult. Yeah. Also, secret tattoo meanings. That's not a very secret tattoo.
No. I mean, it's probably the meaning of the secret, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, I think we'd know if that tattoo was there. I think Messi's face is quite publicized.
Yeah.
So it's a massive conspiracy that people are airbrushing this tattoo from his forehead during the game as well.
I don't understand the significance of the tongue. To relate it to the tattoo, is that what he's trying to suggest? That's what the tattoo means.
No, I think
it's a cross.
I think it's trying to signify that he's demonic,
right?
And in this unnaturally elongated tongue is one of his demonic powers,
right? Okay.
Which he's gotten for I don't know what the point of that power would be necessarily, but
So we're now seeing move on to the next one. Most disrespectful stories in football history. And LeBron James immediately springs to my mind that he's not a footballer. But more than that, Ronaldo threatening something with LeBron James's wife.
Intercourse, yes.
Is not really something I remember.
Do you know, I have to say...
It is a bit disrespectful.
It is quite disrespectful. Do you know one of the things that occurs to me about it is that I don't think... I don't think that... Well, how do I put this? I'll sleep with your wife is not something you would actually shout at someone during a sporting event.
No, and LeBron James yet again finding himself on a football pitch to be able to receive...
Is this after he saved Ronaldo's shot? Is this the timeline?
Could Ronaldo have potentially been seeing the same woman that LeBron James was? It could be a reference, or it could be a complete crochet again.
Oh no, it's almost certainly the second.
Yeah.
I would bet a lot of money that it's a complete crochet. Now, Neymar here... Is the insinuation that he has some sort of like lizard eye or
I
green
think
eye?
He's insinuating that he can almost shoot lasers from the eyes. Is kind of what I'm seeing. Or it looks like I think what's actually happened here is someone's shown a laser pen in his eye.
Yeah.
But I think what they're trying to say is that it's come from his eye and it's been shot out. I can't really see what else they're trying to insinuate.
Is the red circle of power again? The red circle of power on YouTube thumbnails really is an impressive thing. And then we have Ronaldo once again is gay.
I mean, I'm surprised Ronaldo hasn't complained about this channel because
He must not know. He can't know.
No, no.
Which, to be fair, is he's got some views. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's going to get to the Ronaldo's heard of this channel level.
Yeah, but 6.2
and also
million
Ronaldo
people watched stories done about football players and just gay, gay.
just gayism. Okay, well let's
Is
go
that
for
all of the videos.
no. We got some more.
Oh.
Oh, Ronaldo versus LeBron James Car Wars.
Yeah, interesting.
I'm fairly confident that didn't happen. What
Uh,
footballers actually eat Ronaldo eating KFC?
That's his most viewed video, I think. 18 million views. Now that's almost one of the more kind of simple thumbnails. I mean, he doesn't eat KFC, I can tell you that now. But
No kidding.
it's slightly more believable than the shark attack. I still don't think he's ever eaten KFC in his life because he's the kind of guy that, I mean, I just remember that
His
Coca-Cola
body's a temple and all that.
Coca-Cola
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
where he moved it and put water there, and you know,
It seems unlikely.
it seems unlikely. But we have skipped Messi owning a rocket.
Yeah, I mean, he got into space before Benzema did it with a more expensive shuttle as well.
Yeah, and but to be fair, at least he would survive because he has his helmet on. Benzema just kind of opened it up in air, sitting almost
Well,
like at
no,
the edge of a plane.
No, I think to be fair to Benzema, I think Benzema he's not that dumb, the boy. He's in a space shuttle, I
Oh,
believe.
to me it looks like the window's almost open, and he's just kind of sitting like almost like you're about to skydive.
I think it's an observation window. I assume there's
Right.
supposed to be glass there.
Right. Okay.
I'd have thought.
Okay. Well,
It'd be
fair
quite
play.
surprising if he'd opened an airlock without any sort of helmet or breathing apparatus. Yeah, I would agree with you. That wouldn't be one of his brighter moves. Almost as stupid as a Saudi move.
Now, banned celebrations football. It probably is banned. It probably isn't recommended.
that
You
is
probably get a
true.
book and maybe even red card. I don't know. I've never seen Ronaldo
There's
do
something. One thing I've noticed thinking about it is that our faces are covering the bottom right thumbnail. So we are talking. We are talking about a thumbnail that people can't necessarily see. Oh, that's the wrong thing. It's a very professional presentation, I'll have you know. I guess we can do something
it.
like.
And we have kind of skipped out all of the ones on that side.
Well, they've seen them later.
Well,
They've seen them later, but it's not an ideal presentation. Oh, here we go. We've got more women's panties coming out. We've got Ronaldo balancing 3 balls on his ass.
That is a weird ritual.
I'd be impressed if he could do it. Genuinely, if Ronaldo could do that, I'd be very impressed because that's very precise stuff.
Yeah.
Band accessories. He's got boots that shred things. I
I have absolutely no idea what that is.
think it's supposed to be texture, like it grips the ball.
Yeah, maybe.
7.2 million views, by the way. Most embarrassing moments of football history. Ronaldo showing himself to be wearing a red thong. I think would be remembered.
And here on the bottom right, is Messi getting revenge for Ronaldo choking him earlier. So, yeah, it's
And these two really, they've had some very memorable altercations that went exactly
Yeah.
like this. Next row we have people both got their jersey numbers again, and this time
I think
Ronaldo
this might
is
be
watching.
the last. That looks like the last video down there.
Yeah,
so-
maybe. So this is Ronaldo. This time is seeing a plane with the number 7 on it, and it's clearly going down. And
Yeah. Another very similar theme to how Messi got his one. to be
yeah,
honest.
wow, it's an incredible coincidence that these large modes of transport.
setting ablaze with the number on it, and
yeah.
Ronaldo happened to be there to witness it. So,
Yeah. I have to say, my eye is drawn to the flaming car that Neymar's running away from.
footballers almost died when.
That he's running away from it in his football kit.
Yeah.
So if the car's supposed to be his, then he hasn't changed after the game. He just drives away from the stadium in his kit. Or it's like come onto the field and like chased him off of it.
Yeah. It's I don't really know what's going on there. If the car's on fire, presumably wouldn't be driving. And he's quite clearly dribbling a ball in that image they've used him as well. It's yeah, I
They've
mean,
even flipped the image because his sponsor's backwards.
yeah, it's 14 million people have watched it and clicked on it. So stupidly expensive things football players own. Now 20,000 on a gum shield is actually not that bad. It's actually quite a good deal in comparison to some of the other stuff we've seen. So
Well, because you've only wasted 20,000 as
Yeah.
opposed to wasting, you know.
and most expensive house of football players. I don't think Ronaldo looks in a house that looks like it was made on The Sims. But I wouldn't deny that he owns a house that's worth 50 million.
He well could, yeah. He definitely could. One thing that has actually just occurred to me, by the way, is the $50,000 fine. Going back up to here, the $50,000 fine for wearing a certain set of shoes, which I can't, like, I'm pretty sure players almost never get fined for anything, let alone $50,000. It's also surprising that he would be fined in dollars. That the fine would be in dollars and not, you know, in euros when he's in Italy playing for Juventus. So that's also a bit shocking. It's also, you know, all these prices actually being in dollars, it's very coincidental considering that almost none of them would have been paid for in America apart from some of Messi stuff. And now, as you correctly guess, the final, I mean, what is that?
A car that would never be able to work because the wheels look like squares. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but the I'm assuming that the housing of the wheels inside that, and that's just like a kind of shield. That is one of the worst looking cars I've ever seen, I have to say. And that is an absolute horror show.
Well, anyway, as you can see, there's some interesting thumbnails here.
There's some interesting cars.
Now, I recommend you kind of have a look at the thumbnails yourself. Not sure I'd recommend clicking on the actual videos.
Well, there's a reason why instead of actually reviewing the videos, we're reviewing the thumbnails, because the videos themselves are, I had to put this nicely.
In football history.
Clickbait pish. They are, I mean, well, quite simply, right? If you put it from the most simple perspective, none of these things happen in the videos. Now, okay, you could argue that the audience knows that, or you could argue some of the audience knows that. I'm fairly confident a lot of kids who are clicking on these won't know this is complete bollocks.
No.
But also, I have watched, as I say, that one video. In fact, there was another one I watched above as well. Maybe that one's not up anymore, I'm not sure. And I saw a little bit of it, and it was extremely, as a reality television, just stories that didn't happen, at the very least, unproven things. Very sort of hearsay, she said, just nonsense. We've got to do this for ourselves. We've got to adopt this style of thumbnail. So for our next video, instead of whatever our thumbnail for this was, there's going to be a picture of me, like, I don't know, hacking a saber-toothed tiger to death with, you know, Messi's severed leg.
Well, have fun with that one.
Well, you'll be doing it. You're doing the thumbnails, right? So there we go. All right, bye.